Welcome back to HB Unfiltered Sports Talk. I'm joined by Stiffy B, and I'm the Dirtbag. And big shout out again to the intern. Hopefully, we'll get her back soon. Thoughts and prayers are out there for her friend. Yeah, wish she could get back soon. We miss her. Today's show is brought to you by J3 Supply Group for your hose and fitting specialist. We're also Big Rob's Pizza. Joey, get that hip running. Get back to that golf game that's pretty poor. To My Place Sports Bar and Grill, who runs a terrible fantasy football league for scoring. It's a kicker-dominated league. And a shout-out to Heather, OC Boardroom, to watch all your MLB games, by the way. They have the package. If you want to watch the Twins, get on down there. They'll put it on any TV for you. And then a shout-out to Larry Beavers at Selman Chevrolet. Now remember, if you're looking for a new car that's overpriced, he's going to make that go way down. Drop our name, Stiffy B or Dirtbag, and you're going to save a lot of money on that vehicle and not get screwed like Trump did on the debate. Anyway, another plug. Real quick, we had donuts brought in by J3 Supply today, so I want to thank John for that.
Thanks, Sean.
And Stiffy B, when's the last time you had a donut?
Oh, it's got to be probably 30 years. I know I don't look like I've missed many donuts, but I do, and I have. But I do love a donut.
I think you should eat one, and we should film it.
No, not today. Well, let's get right into this, because we got some limited time. We got a lot of information to get to you guys, especially on the gambling side of things. So let's quickly get through this MLB. The season's almost over. There's about 16 games left, roughly, give or take a couple. And here's what you need to look for this weekend. The teams that are playing to make playoffs, especially like, for instance, the American League Central, you've got the Indians, Cleveland Indians, you've got the Minnesota Twins, and you've got the Kansas City Royals, all like within a couple games of each other. Yeah. So unless they're playing somebody on the other end that is also trying to win, take them. Yes. So, for instance, I like Baltimore. Baltimore is going up against the Yankees as far as winning the AL East. They happen to be at Detroit. Detroit is inferior to the Baltimore Orioles. Take Baltimore.
Right.
Kansas City is at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not playing for anything. Kansas City is.
Unless Skeenis is on the mound.
Correct. And you got to stay away from that guy. That's for sure. But the Royals are there. Tampa Bay is at Cleveland. Load up on Cleveland. Again, Tampa Bay is not playing for anything. They're at Cleveland is at home. And then Minnesota is also at home, having Cincinnati there. Take Minnesota. Yes. The three, interesting enough, the three series that I'm going to be watching, even though I'm not betting on them, the Dodgers are at Atlanta. That's going to be a great series.
That is going to be a good series.
Surprisingly, Milwaukee is very, very good. They're like a couple games to have the couple games away from having the best record in baseball. They're
sneaky.
Sneaky. They're at Arizona. And then the last one is the biggest rivalry probably in baseball. Boston is at the New York Yankees. So I'll be watching those three series, but that's pretty much what you got as far as baseball bets this weekend.
Arizona is playing good baseball, man.
They are.
They have come from behind. They started off poorly. But they're playing good. The Padres are playing good. I'm telling you, the Dodgers.
The Dodgers are only 4 or 5 games. They're only
5 games ahead of both. And I'm telling you, they better get their shit together and get healthy because they look like they can easily go into a 5-game series again, 3 out of 5 with either the Diamondbacks or Padres who are playing well and lose. And if they do, Roberts is gone.
Oh, he should have been gone a long time ago. Yeah. But he's a good yes man, so.
Oh, God. And real quick, I just want to jump on. Anybody playing the White Sox, take the other team. They are like 34 and 112.
Yeah. Well, you know who's playing them this weekend? That's why I didn't bring it up.
Who?
The only other team that's almost as bad as they
Angels.
are. No, A's.
All right. Well, hey, I like the A's. I think the A's can sweep the White Sox.
You can tell the demeanor when you're watching the White Sox games. They're done. They're defeated. They don't really care to be there.
Oh, I got to throw a big shout out to my boy, my friend Daniel Craig. His son Ferguson pitches out of the bullpen for the A's, so he's been doing really well.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, that's baseball. Let's get on to some more stuff.
All right. Let's go to college football.
Okay.
Obviously, college football. We've had some not the greatest matchups. There's been a lot of blowouts lately. I think this is going to be the last week. We have some good games. We got Alabama at Wisconsin. I thought Alabama struggled against South Florida, who's not a very good team. I mean, they kind of put the score, a couple touchdowns late in the fourth quarter to kind of run it up, but it was pretty close for the first three. So I'm thinking Wisconsin because it's an early game in Wisconsin. What do you think?
The line's 16. I don't mind taking the points there if you really believe in Wisconsin.
I'm taking the 16 that Wisconsin can keep this game close,
okay.
if not possibly win it. Now here's another intriguing game: Boston College. I know it was Florida State, and Florida State was ranked number 10 for some reason. DJ Uguglier stinks, but BC looked pretty damn good against Florida State. They go to Missouri, who's ranked pretty damn high, number 7 in the country.
Yep.
I don't see Missouri blowing BC out. I see
the line's 17 right now.
I'm taking the points again. I'm taking Boston College and the plus 17. That quarterback can move the ball and run.
Okay.
So as long as he doesn't get hurt, so don't call us if he gets hurt and go, that was a terrible
What do you
pick.
think about the over-under being 53.5? Do you like that?
If
both offenses are what they are, they can both score.
I like the over. I don't think that's a lot of points at all. I could easily see this in the 30s, both of them. So
okay.
I'll take BC, the points, and the over.
Okay.
Okay, now this is interesting. Now that the Pac-12 is the Pac-2, they still want to keep their rivalries. But once you get into league play, there's no room to play these games on the back end because they're not in the conference anymore. So we got the Civil War, which, by the way,
it's always
because of politics, you can't call it the Civil War anymore. Now it's just the battle on the pond. What a joke. Beavers and ducks. Anyways, Oregon at Oregon State. Oregon State does not look good at all. So Oregon, who does not look good at all. By the way, good job. You barely beat the two powerhouses that are in Idaho. Well done.
The line's 16. Oregon minus 16.
Oregon does not look. Oregon State played a horrible game with San Diego State, so I actually don't know on this one, but Oregon has not played well, so I'm going to take the points again. I'll take Oregon State plus the 16.
Why not? You're at home. Always take the points if you can.
And it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
So I think the OSU can hang in there. Now let's go. Once again, Apple Cup already. Not in late November or early December. The Apple Cup. Washington at Washington State. I think Washington has not looked good. I'm going with Washington State. I saw them play Texas Tech. That quarterback for Texas or for Washington State looked amazing.
It's Washington minus 4.5.
I'm taking plus 4.5. Actually, I'm taking Washington State on the money line. That's what I'm taking.
Okay. The only team that I've literally been betting on all season long has been San Jose State, and it's because those 4 kids who've been playing with each other since they were 12 on the same team are just dominating people right now.
Okay, this is perfect.
So
you need to pound San Jose State this week because they host Kennesaw State.
Yep.
By the way, shout out to my niece, Aislinn. She goes to Kennesaw State. She's on the lacrosse team. But they are traveling all the way from Georgia to play San Jose State, and they were D2 basically. They are now D1. This is their first year. They are going to lose to San Jose State.
The line's 19 right now, and I think they blow them out by 21 or more. That's my
San Jose State's going to cover. The Spartans will cover that.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Texas A&M did not look good against Notre Dame, who did not look good against Northern Illinois, who should never have been ranked 5th in the country. That was a ridiculous loss at home. By the way, the MAC was 0-51 versus teams in the top 10. Well, that Notre Dame now has given them a victory. So, well done. Texas A&M quarterback stinks. They go to Florida. I don't care what the spread is. Give it to me, Florida, Texas A&M.
Okay.
I need that spread because I say Florida covers. A&M is overrated. They have so much talent, but their coaching is awful.
It's Texas A&M -4.
Yeah, I'm taking the +4. I'm taking the underdogs. It looks like I'm the king of underdogs right now.
This weekend.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm sure bettors out there know when you take the favorites, a lot of times you lose. So remember, the underdog, you're getting points. Not only can they win the game, but they can also lose, and you can still win.
Well, you had an underdog last week in Arkansas, and they covered the spread.
Yes, Arkansas. So. Yeah, I gave that one. Yes, they did. And they were up by like 20 in that game.
I know.
They let the Cowboys back in and sneak that game out. All right, Georgia at Kentucky. I watched Kentucky in their last game. They looked horrendous. Georgia is going to smoke them.
Georgia -24.
I think they cover.
How about the over-under at 45.5? That kind of sounds a little tasty.
Wow, that's the highest. Hey, I've been taking the underdogs. You're telling me I can have 24, and now I'm going the other way. That just tells you.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, what did you say to me?
Well, the over-under is 45.5, so.
Oh, okay. So that's an easy one. That's almost a correlation bet, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be able to bet that because they literally need to score.
I would love to be able to 7-point tease that. So now all I got to do is cover 17 and then 38.5.
Yeah,
I mean, Georgia should be able to score 39 points themselves.
If you can do Georgia and the over, I would do it. But I think it's a correlation bet. So
okay. No worries.
Yeah. All right. Next one. Oh, you're gonna love this one. UCLA, run by Deshaun Foster, who I'm sure he's a nice guy, and he's got some street cred.
We're 1-0, man.
I know you beat Hawaii in a high school field in.
It was a high school field, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I don't even know what island it was on, but they were on one of those islands, and they barely beat Hawaii.
It looked like a Pop Warner football game.
Yeah, it seemed like a scrimmage, but anyways, now Indiana comes to town, and people are going, "Oh, UCLA will beat Indiana." No, you're not. You are going to lose to Indiana.
Indiana -3 right now.
Indiana, let's see there. Even Vegas knows they are a slight favorite, and the bettors will say UCLA's at home. UCLA's got talent. They're in the Big Ten now. They're going to beat Indiana, who is normally a poor stepchild in the Big Ten. But you would be wrong.
Yeah.
The Hoosiers will come out to sunny Southern California and beat the shit out of the Bruins.
I like that.
They're going to beat them by double digits.
I mean, I don't like that, but I like that.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Trojan, but I am saying that because I'm a Trojan. Because that's how these debates go.
Now I feel like Trump right now. I'm getting bullied.
I want to get fact checked. All right, let's move on to another rivalry that's at the beginning of the season because of all this shuffling around and changing conferences and everything. By the way, Deion Sanders, you can talk all this shit you want. I was having your back, bro. I'm sorry. Your team is garbage. You going in the portal, losing 48 kids, getting 51 new ones. Well, you got 51 bad ones, and one of them is your son. So your son is going from a first-round draft pick to possibly not getting drafted. He is awful, and they play Colorado State, who's not a good team, and I think you might lose.
Didn't he just break his wrist, or was that his other son?
I would say it was the other son that broke the wrist. The quarterback is he's not. We would have heard about that. I would have seen a lot more on that. It's obviously his son who plays DB.
Yeah. That's the one I think is
yeah,
because he broke his right wrist is what I think I saw.
And even with Hunter playing both sides of the ball is not enough. You need 10 other guys that play both sides of the ball. It looks like
sure. Colorado -7.
Oh, I'm taking +7. Give me Colorado State at home. I know they're not very good, but Colorado has played awful. And you know what? Colorado should blow them out. Because of the way they've been playing, and Sanders, if he wants any shot of getting back into this, he's got no chance at the Heisman. Whoever put money on him to win the Heisman, you've already lost your money.
Yeah.
But at least you can get back in the eyes of the people thinking you can maybe get drafted. And my last one, San Diego State, who looked awful against Oregon State, plays at Cal. And Cal went in and embarrassed Auburn in Alabama.
It's Cal minus 19.
Cal minus 19 on San Diego State. Who would have ever thought that spread could even...
Over under is 47.5.
I'm telling you right now, Cal's going to wipe the floor with San Diego State.
Okay.
They're going to blow them out.
I take your word for it, dirtbag. You know your college football.
I do. I think I'm on fire. I think I'm going to win about 8 out of 10 of these.
All right. Well, let's get into some NFL since we only have a limited amount of time left.
Yes.
You know how I like to do it. I love the 7-point teasers.
Yes.
I crushed this weekend again doing that. The only team that really screwed me over was Cincinnati. Cincinnati, you're dead to me until you can score a freaking touchdown.
Dude, I'm in a suicide league real quick. 450 people, 200 out because of the Bengals.
No kidding. So in 7-point teasers, the Chargers are at Carolina. Carolina is awful.
Awful.
So it ends up being a pick-em. Take the Chargers.
Okay.
Las Vegas is at Baltimore. Baltimore's minus 9.5. You can drop that to 2.5. They win by a field goal. Baltimore. The New York Giants are at Washington. Washington is minus 2.5. That makes it plus 5.5.
Oh, I like that.
They either win the game outright or they lose by a field goal and you cover.
Daniel stinks.
Sorry,
Jones.
Tampa Bay is at Detroit. It becomes a pick-em for Detroit. Take Detroit. And then finally, I like the last two are the Los Angeles Rams at Arizona over 41.5 points. I think that happens.
Yes.
And Cincinnati at KC. KC is now plus 2. If you do that 7-point teaser correctly, any one of those, you can do all of them. Just combine them however you want to do it. That's how you're going to make some money in the NFL. Do not play the team straight up. It just doesn't work out for you anymore.
My place is a cheese bar. I can't stand it, but whatever. Show up. Take my parking spot. I don't give a shit.
Cheers, everybody. Make some money.
Like and subscribe.
Cheers.